As the Ben Ish Hai. Alav Shalom. It says a pasuk in Devarim, right? Behold, I set before you Hayom, Bracha Uklala, a blessing and a curse. If you listen to the commandments which I command you today, and the curse if you do not listen to the commandments of Hashem your God. And what does it mean Hayom? Hayom means this day. It can refer to daytime when the sun is out. In the spring and the summer, the sun is out longer. The sun borrows from the night and has long days. And in the winter, it has to pay back. So therefore, the night is longer in the winter. So we know that the Pirkei Avot says that a man also borrows. Pirkei Avot says that the store is open. And the merchant gets credit. And anyone who wants to borrow may come and borrow. We borrow from Hashem food, life, good things of this world, and for two purposes, right? For blessing, or it could be for klala, it could be for curse. So in order to get perfection of the soul and blessing this world, you need life, you need jiz, you need to do the mitzvot. But Has Shalom, if you use the borrowed money God gave you and use it for klala, Has Shalom curse, so you're going to get the curse, plus you have to pay back. So like the son, a person should be faithful to pay back the loan. How do you pay back Hashem? Torah, mitzvot, good midot. And if you you messed up, do teshuvah. Hashem says, I said before you the sun, Hayom, the sun. If the sun repays, you also have to repay. That's what it means. Hayom. Look at the sun. The Gemara Sechet Shabbat Ufdalet says that you can learn a lot of lessons from the Aleph Bet. It says, why is the Aleph next to Bet? Because to teach you Aleph Bina, you have to learn wisdom. Why is Gimel next to Dalet? Gomel Dalim, you have to give charity to the poor. Hey Vav, the name of Hashem. Hey and Vav, right? Zayin Hetet Yud Kuf Lamed, to teach you that what? If you go and say the name of Hashem properly, Hashem, and to do the mitzvot, learn Torah, give him tzedakah, Hashem himself will Zayin. What's after Vav? Zayin. Zan. God will give you food, give you parnasa. Het is chen. Hashem will give you favor. Then tet is metiv, tov. He will give you good. Yud is Yerusha, he'll give you inheritance. And then kaf is he'll give you keter, and lamed leolam haba. So you see, there's many hidden messages in the Torah, and we have to realize that the first letter, Aleph, you have to learn. The main thing is to learn. First thing is to learn. And the bet is wisdom, bina, Torah. We said Gomel Dalim, right? Gimel Dalet is give to the poor. It says the Ben Ish Hai, on a deeper level, according to Kabbalah, poor means, who's Ani? Ani is where there's Sitra Achra. Ani is the lost sparks. That's the poor ones. That's what it means, Ani. That's what it means, poor. And you have to go and do hesed with them. You have to flip the sparks. You have to redeem the lost sparks. And you do this by studying Torah. He says that before the Geulah, Hashem's four-letter name, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is not complete, right? We learned by Amalek, Yad al Kesya, right? Hashem's name is only Yud and then Hey. It's missing, right? It's missing the Vav and the Hey, the final two letters. So how do you add it? You have to add it through the Hey and the Vav. What's Hey and Vav? Hey is 5 books of Moses. Study Torah. And Vav is the 6 orders of the Mishnah. You have to add the Hey Vav. Also, they say that the Vav and the Hey is through Tzedakah also, because the arm is a Vav, and the hand is Hey, is 5, because it's 5 fingers. So Hey and Vav. So you add the name, the last 2 letters to get the Geulah through Torah and Tzedakah. So therefore, a person has to remember this, and Hashem will reward you handsomely. It says that Hashem gives us inheritance, right? Inheritance means yesh. Hashem gives to those who love Him. Yesh. Yesh means 310 spiritual worlds, and we after that He'll fill our treasures with what? We're giving us a crown, right? The tzaddikim sit with a crown in Olam Haba, in the radiance of Hashem, and crown is double that. It's double yesh. 310 times 2 is keter, 620. And they say keter is the 613 mitzvot plus the 7 mitzvot, the Rabbanan, keter, 620. Okay, good. So therefore, per Torah Mitzvot, we finish the creation of the world, and we give the last two letters to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, good. So he says in Gemara Masechet Yuma, if somebody wants to defile himself, potchin lo, right? Someone who wants to do avera, potchin lo, they open for him. Person who wants to do averot, mitzvot, ba letaher, misayin oto. We help him. So he says a story over here that teaches this Gemara. He says they're in the Inquisition. There was a big storm at sea, and there was these people on a boat. So they had to get off the boat right away. They found some island. They ended up finding some land, and they docked, and they were in Spain. So they were in a strange land. Two Jews, Reuben and Shimon, and after a few days, they ran out of food. They ran out of supplies. So they started looking for help. They knocked on doors. Listen, I need help. So each one found a nice family to help them while they were there. So they ate the food and they rested there. So then Reuben's host, he said, "Keep him. I wanna keep you here." And they went to people. They don't know if they were Jewish or not. They just ate. They were sakanat nefashot. There was nothing to do. What could we do? So the guy saw Reuben's face. He says, "Listen, you look like you're Jewish." He says, "Yeah, I'm Jewish." He says, "You should know, I'm also secretly a Jew." In that time, it was the Inquisition. There was people called the Marranos, the people who were pretended to convert to Christianity. He says, "You should know that all the meat I gave you is according to Shechita, according to Halacha. I'm doing it secretly. I checked the meat, and I don't mix milk and meat in my house. You should know everything was according to Halacha. You ate 100% super glad kosher in my house. You didn't even know." Wow, he said, "Hashem, thank you so much." And the guy Shimon, he went to a different family, and they make meat and milk, and they keep non-kosher, and it was balagan. He ate taref because he had no choice. Sakanat nefashot. So they go and they meet each other up, and they went. They all went back home. Baruch Hashem, they were able to go back home. So they went to the rabbi, the two of them, and Shimon says, "Rabbi, why to him Hashem made it that he ate kasher, and he didn't even know? And to me, I got a place that's taref, and I had no choice to eat it." So the rabbi said, "Tell me the truth, Shimon. Did you ever in your life eat non-kosher willingly?" He said to him, "Yeah, what should I do? I one time was walking in the woods. I saw guys eating cheese and drinking wine, and these goyim got to me, and I sat with them, and I ate cheese, ate the cheese, and I drank the wine." He said, he says, "This guy, he never ate taref. He had siyat d'shmaya that he's not going to eat it, even when Hashem made it that he had to seemingly eat whatever. Hashem protected him. But this guy, who you did it willingly, and you knew it was a sur, Hashem didn't make it that you didn't have that siyat d'shmaya." So he says that's what it means that the ba letaher misayin oto. When you always hold yourself, now when you're stuck, Hashem will make it a miracle for you. But if you're defiling yourself, right, ba letameh, so then potchino, Hashem just opens the door. He doesn't make you a miracle. He just like, okay, it's taref, whatever it is. Listen, he didn't get a sin for eating the taref because it was sakanat nefashot, but at the end of the day, why didn't Hashem make him a miracle? So you see that when you push yourself for Hashem, Hashem will go above nature for you. When you go above nature, Hashem will go above nature for you. The Torah says that in Shemot, a man opens a pit, or a man digs a pit, and he doesn't cover it, and an ox or a donkey falls inside. The owner of the pit has to pay. He shall return the money to its owner, and the met will be his. The dead animal will be his. So he says, the remes. He says, what's opening a pit? He says, when you start doing a new sin, when you start doing a new averah, that's called opening a pit. He says, if you do the sin privately, so you only ruined yourself. But if you make a sin publicly, you teach other people how to do the sin, so now you made a pit where everybody's coming in also. He says, what happens? He says, you have to pay them. Now you're going to have to pay for them. And the met yelo, the tumah, all the sins will be for you. You'll get all the tumah from all their sins. So he says a story. There was a thief hiding in a rich man's house during the day. At night, while the family was sleeping, he went and stole some valuables, and he went through the back door. And he's a ganav. He has to pay. But imagine he left the wide door, the door open, and more thieves came because of him. So now whose fault it is? Who gets the sin? That thief who left the door. It's his fault. If he would have closed the door, nobody else would have came in. Same thing over here. When you teach other people how to do the sin, it's like you left the door open. Now all the sins that you taught other people, that you're going to get all the sins for them because of you, they were able to do it. So therefore, a person has to be careful to not to teach averot to anybody else. You have to teach mitzvot, and that way, opposite. Every time they do a mitzvah, you're zechut. That's why the tzaddikim and the menucha l'olam haba. The tzaddikim, they have no rest in the world to come. Why? All the mitzvot they taught everybody. They're constantly getting merits. They're constantly getting a reward for this that they taught them.